back here with week 2, day 3 of your math packet, or your packet focusing on the math. Now we are still subtracting to compare and word problems, and I'll try to get a little bit closer so you can see. So this is your first page and then your second page, and we're going to be focusing on this strategy right here that they are using on both of these papers. So what I have done, like I say every single time, is I have created 2 word problems that are very similar to the ones in your packets, but are kind of demonstrating both of the strategies that you're going to see. Now, the strategies are the same, but they just differ on how you're going to use them on each problem. So let's look at the first problem. The first problem says 3 green markers and 8 blue markers. How many more blue markers are there? So with the strategy today, they have given you a box with part of the number already laid out. So your bigger number is always going to be on the top of your box. So right now there are 8 of these blue dots to represent the 8 blue markers. So they've also given you the math equation on this one, 8 minus 3. And what they want to know is how many more, and they're using that word again, more, blue markers are there. So what we're going to do is your packet is going to require your student to take and add their dots down here. Now I have some magnets that I'm just going to add to make it a little bit quicker, but they're going to need 3 of them. So 1, 2, 3, or your number is going to be a little bit different, so it might be more or less. Now you can do the same strategy that I showed you yesterday where you just connect the dots and kind of cross those out, and then you can put a square around what you have left, and that's going to be your answer. So we cross these 3 out, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your box. So your answer is going to be 5. So you have 5 more blue markers than green markers. Now let's move on to the bottom question, because this one's a little bit different. So in this question, your child is going to be required to draw the picture. Now this happens like 2 times in your packet. There's one time it happens with bananas and apples, I think. Yeah, bananas and apples, where they're going to have to actually draw those pictures into the box. And then there's another time where they're using these circles as kind of representations like we did at the top. So I'm going to be using circles again. So our second question says 6 chairs and 7 desks. How many fewer, and they're using that word fewer, chairs are there? So the bigger number always goes at the top. So we're going to start with 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 dots up here to represent our 7 desks. And we actually have part of the equation written right here. So 7 minus a blank equals a blank. Now your child might already know that when they see another number up here, that they can go ahead and write that in. So they should recognize that 6 is going to be their second number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what you're wondering here is how many fewer chairs are there? So there's 7 desks that are represented by these blue dots and 6 chairs, which is represented by the green dots. So your child can still do the cancellation here, where they're kind of tagging these together until they run out. And they have their answer squared here. So your answer is going to be 1. So 7 minus 6 equals 1. And you have 1 fewer chair than you do desks.